welcome to The Gilded Eye. My name is Miss Q, and I'm here to provide you with a reading for us to find out why you are still single. We have 3 options to choose from: Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. Take a moment to meditate, ask your ancestors in light, guardians, guardian spirits, and your higher self to guide you towards choosing a group. Okay, we'll get started with Group 1. So if you chose Group 1, this is your reading. So it looks to me, we'll start with tarot. It looks to me that right now you're in a space where you're just now getting over a connection that you thought was going to lead to something long lasting. Perhaps they were a soulmate or a karmic tie. You guys had an extremely close connection, but unfortunately that came to an end. And you're in a space right now where you are reflecting on your emotions from that time. You're not in the space where you're still heartbroken. You're kind of over, you're not completely over the situation, but you are actively healing right now. You do have thoughts about the situation, but it doesn't bother you as much as it used to. Right now, you're in this stage where you are actually getting better and are able to reflect on your thoughts and reflect on the relationship and reflect on your emotions too. You are just moving forward and trying to take the necessary steps to actually heal. But the main reason right now why you're single that I'm getting from these tarot comes from the Ace of Coins being reversed. And that just tells me that you really just need to get your career and work life in order. Perhaps you've just been focusing on that aspect of your life and really just haven't had time for paying much attention to anyone else right now. That could also explain this card and your mind just being focused on other things. But what I'm getting from looking at these 2 cards next to each other is just to tell you not to overwork yourself. Don't work to the point where you're stressing yourself out. Sometimes we overwork ourselves to ignore emotions that are in the background, thoughts, feelings that keep bubbling up that we're trying to push away. So it's good that you're working. It's good that you're focusing on yourself and trying to get your things together. However, do not allow that to take over your mind. All right, so I have some extra cards from my personal deck. We have Go For It reversed, Pause, Hello reversed, and Look to Those Around You. So this tells me another reason why you're still single is simply because you're not, like I said earlier, paying attention to the people who are around you. There are people who are trying to get your attention. There are people who are interested in you. Perhaps based off of your negative experience, you're not allowing yourself to immediately dive into those situations. So you take a moment to pause and you don't go for that connection. You don't pursue the connection. The reading is telling you to allow yourself to open up a little bit and to go for those connections. You haven't been doing that because you've been, sitting back and trying to see if you should open up to this person or not. But I think it's a good idea It'll get your mind off of work for a little bit because you've been heavily focusing on your career. And it'll also nullify some of your anxieties and fears about why you're still single. Because that's obviously why you're here in the reading. You want to see what you can do to fix that. So, first thing, give people a chance. Okay? Let's see, which pile should I go to next? So I'll go to this pile before I move on to the romance cards. I have my oracle cards here. This one is about service. This one is about strength. And then we have invigorate. All of these three cards tell me that these are things that you need to be doing right now for yourself. You need to be building up your mental strength and finding ways to refresh yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually on all levels. You need to build up your mental, emotional, and spiritual strength so that you can actively participate in a new connection. And then service also tells me perhaps if you were to get into some kind of volunteer or community service work, you may come across this person, or if you're already doing that, this person is there. They are in that realm for you. So if you do some kind of community service work or working in the community, working in a school, volunteering, anything like that, there's a potential person there for you. Okay, so I also pulled some cards to see what's possibly coming for you in the future. We have from my Romance Oracle deck, playfulness, chemistry, and wedding. So looks like if you were to give this person a chance, it will lead to, I'm not going to say a marriage, but it'll lead to a very strong connection, a relationship. So playfulness and chemistry tells me, you need to be playful in this new connection. You need to embrace your childlike side. You need to embrace your younger side, your side that is more carefree and just able to go with the flow in this new connection. You guys are going to have a very strong chemistry. I'm getting magnetic almost with this. And then we have wedding. So I really think that this is definitely another soulmate who wants to enter your life for you to have another experience. Right, let's go here. We have carrot, opportunity or windfall, pig, beware of greed, wind chimes, peace and harmony, and another ring. A marriage will take place. Okay, so these definitely confirm that someone is coming towards you that's going to result in a relationship. We have ring again. So this person is going to want to make this connection long lasting. Wind chimes, it'll be something that'll bring you a lot of peace after what you've previously experienced. Pig, even though it says beware of greed, what I'm getting from this is pigs represent excess, right? And I pulled it next to wind chime. So I think you're going to be experiencing an explosive amount of peace. When you are around this person, you'll be submerged in it almost and just basking in the good vibes around this person. And then carrot tells me that perhaps you two may work on something together. I don't know why, but when I see pig and carrot, it reminded me of Animal Farm, the pigs. In that book, they were businessmen, although they were bad. I'm not saying that about your connection, but it reminds me of some kind of business transaction. So Perhaps this person will be involved in business in some way, or you guys will start a new opportunity or pursue something together. Okay, group one. So the main message for you is to allow those who are around you a chance, not to work too much, to give yourself a mental break by exploring the new connections that want to develop with you, and to allow yourself to just build up mental, spiritual, and emotional strength while invigorating yourself, refreshing yourself, taking time for yourself, taking care of yourself. Okay, group one. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. I do live readings as well, where those readings are free. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can get notified for the next time that I'll be live. If you enjoyed the reading, please comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to like the video. Peace out. Hi, if you chose group 2, this is your reading. Okay, so we'll get started with the tarot cards. We have Strength reversed, the 5 of Swords, 2 of Wands reversed, and the Hierophant reversed. Now, the first 2 cards tell me that the last 2 relationships that, I wonder why I said last 2 relationships. I don't know if that applies to you or not, perhaps. But Strength and 5 of Swords tells me that you just walked away from something that was potentially abusive, and it drained you out of everything. It drained your life force, it drained your energy, and you just were not able to function in life. Perhaps you found the strength to walk away, but the process of doing that cost you a lot. And right now you're in a stage where you're just healing from that. We reached the 2 of Wands reversed. Tells me that you're currently in the process of trying to make a decision to move forward between 2 things. When I saw this card, it immediately, what came to mind was you choosing yourself, or entertaining the possibility of going back to your ex. And I want to tell you that you should always choose yourself when it comes to love, unless you have kids. Always choose yourself. We have the Hierophant reversed. This tells me that you may have, you're in your last relationship. It had became it did not serve your expectations. Your last relationship did not serve you well in the ways that you thought it would. So right now, when it comes to why you are still single, it's because you're still healing right now. You're still entertaining the fact of the possibility of still going back to this person even after you've walked away, even after they've drained you of your energy. Maybe this relationship gave you something that you didn't think you could find somewhere else. Maybe there was something that you both did that you really enjoyed, that you don't think that you can get anywhere else, or just the type of love that they provided you. There was something in your past relationship that you don't think you can get from someone else. But I'm here to tell you that you can. And I'm also here to tell you to choose yourself. Please, you choose yourself. You don't need to go back from something that you already walked away from. Okay, I'll move on to the personal cards. We have, you are not a victim, you are a survivor. This is the card that I pulled that made me think that your last relationship was possibly abusive. We have these hoes bugging. This card tells me that perhaps the person before had a serious attitude problem, or they were just always checking up on you in a very weird or controlling way, and you weren't able to get a hold on them. What else do these tell me? You are still in the mindset where you think that things were your fault, but they weren't. You don't deserve to be treated the way that you did. The person that you were with needs help. So you need to understand that you didn't deserve to be treated that way, and you did nothing to be treated in the way that you were in your past relationship. And I want to give you some advice or a small warning. Your next relationship, to give your person a chance emotionally. People, when they are hurt or abused seriously, they tend to not be able to open up. They tend to engage in certain behaviors or act in certain ways that prohibit the relationship from progressing. It could be being a people pleaser to your next person. You don't need to do that. Stand your ground. Okay, let's see. I'll go to my oracle cards. We have adventure, strength, adaptation, and humility. Perhaps the last person that you were with made you feel as though you were nothing, and you had to adapt. You had to operate in survival mode in your last relationship. You grew to accept the behavior of your ex as something that's normal, but it wasn't, and that's why you walked away. You had the strength to walk away, to go towards your future only for yourself. And it's going to come with some adventure. There's adventure, there's newness coming towards you. Things aren't going to be boring for too long. Know that. To move on, we have treat yourself and avatar. You have not been taking yourself out. You have not been just enjoying life. Take a spa day. If you play video games, do that. Read a book. Go buy some nice food, some of your favorite food every now and then. Make yourself a nice dinner. Hang out with a friend or two. Go to the park. Go to the movies. Whatever it is that brings you some kind of peace and relaxation, do that. Because it'll help you understand that you are everything that you need for yourself. You possess everything that you need to live this life. To feel fulfilled just with yourself, with your own self-love, is the most beautiful thing. Because then when you meet the next person, you're not depending on them for any kind of love or happiness, because you've already found it within yourself. So you need to start treating yourself so that you can get to this point of true self-love. Okay, we'll move on to some more oracle cards. I have Casket and V for victory. Casket is someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. So this represents the person, your ex, that you walked away from, that was potentially abusive and not good for you. and you were victorious. You were able to get away from them, and now you're in a space where you're seeing, like, wow, I can't believe that I was actually in that situation. And you're saying that you're in a much better place in your life right now, away from them. We have dogs, getting together with friends, and angel. Spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So you definitely need, like I said, continue to treat yourself. Well, start treating yourself. Go out with a friend or two, hang out with them. There are angels that walk on this earth that are here to protect us and just serve, as people who we can enjoy time with. You have a friend or two, or even family, that serve as your angel here on earth. And the card also gives you reassurance of spiritual protection as well. So if you're thinking about going into a new relationship, obviously that's why you're here, but you're thinking about pursuing a new connection or attracting a new connection, know that your next relationship will not be like your previous one, because you're taking the time to, one, heal yourself from that situation so that when your next connection comes along, you'll be able to see the red flags and protect yourself. Not to mention the fact that your angels are just navigating you naturally into positions where you will not even be in the vicinity of someone who could potentially be harmful, threatening, or bring any kind of negative energy towards you in a romantic connection. All right, let's move on to the romance cards. We have getting to know each other, chemistry reversed, you deserve love reversed, unrequited love reversed. I think all these cards are in relation to you and not someone else. I think the unrequited love represents you needing to work on loving yourself. You thinking that you don't deserve love and that you may not be good enough for the next person. You might be too damaged, but that's not the case. Now's the time to get to know yourself more, treat yourself, go out, get into new things, hobbies, get into your career, get into being around family and friends. Just get to know yourself, because after we leave a past relationship, we are changed. We're not the same person that we were when we were with that person. Some of us even transform into a whole new person altogether. So if that's the case for you, you need to get to know who the new you is. Chemistry. You need to build chemistry with yourself. Become more comfortable with yourself. Develop your own magnetic attraction so that you can attract this person. That's not to say that if you don't work on yourself, you're not going to attract someone, or we can only attract others if we love ourselves. People are deserving of love regardless. But this reading is to tell you that you need to become more comfortable in your own energy. Once again, you deserve love. You deserve to be loved. You don't think that you do, but I'm here to tell you, and the angels and your spirits are here to tell you, since you visited this reading, that you are worthy and that your previous relationship and experiences do not define you. They may help shape you in some way. They may guide you in some twisted, possible way. But at the end of the day, you decide whether or not that is a part of you. And you can let that go. All right, group 2, I hope that you enjoyed the reading. If you subscribe, you'll be able to gain access to my free live readings because you'll get a notification from hitting the bell. You'll be notified when I go live. Please comment and tell me how you felt about the reading and any possible future suggestions for readings, and also like the video if you enjoyed it. Peace out. Okay, group 2, welcome to your reading. We'll start with the tarot cards. So the first thing that we have here is 5 of Cups. This tells me that the relationship that you walked away from recently, the last one, was very painful for you. Perhaps you two were extremely close and you possibly did not see this coming. It might have come as a shock to you. However, I think you're emerging into this new energy where you are working on yourself. You are realizing your power just in how you navigate in life and how you manifest things and how you approach projects, school, and work. You're really just focusing on yourself and building yourself up to become the person that you've always imagined yourself to be. You're becoming more in balance with yourself and more aligned with your higher self. What we have next, you guys, group 3, I pulled more cards to clarify. So with this deck, we have the Emperor reversed, 3 of Swords reversed, the Magician reversed, and the 4 of Cups. These words tell me about the last person that you were with. They tell me that the last person you were with was someone who was extremely imbalanced, and that they caused the heartbreak between you two. They were the one that cut things off. Maybe you cut things off, but this reading is telling me that it's telling me that deep down the main reason is because of the person that you were with, that you guys broke up. Your person, they're in a stage in their life where they don't know who they are. They don't think that they possess the drive or passion or skill to become who they want to be. They really have a lot of self-work to do on themselves. They may be just idling along day by day, just trying to make ends meet and not really living up to their fullest potential. The 4 of Cups tells me that they did not accept your love. When it came down to it in the end, you tried to offer as much as you could and it just didn't work out. They weren't in the space to even open their eyes and see what was in front of them. And lastly, we have the Fool. It tells me of a new beginning that's coming towards you. This new energy that you're currently in to attract something new. So to sum it up, the reason why you're single right now is because you're really just focusing on building yourself and still kind of recuperating from the shock of the breakup of the last relationship. You're in a space where you're realizing and defining the reasons why it didn't work out with the person. And I'm here to tell you that it was because they had things that they needed to work on within themselves. And it was for that reason that they were not able to continue accepting the love that you had to offer them. So now I'm going to move on to my oracle cards. Reversed, I have Actually, I'm going to go here. So I have subdue reversed, adaptation reversed, repel reversed, and tribulation. So you and the last person you were with, you guys probably went through a lot of things together. And honestly, that could have been the glue that was holding you on to each other. Perhaps it became too much. Maybe that was what repelled you guys away from each other eventually. Trauma bonding does happen. It's no joke, but it's something that it keeps people together, but it's not a healthy relationship. It's not something that's healthy. So ultimately, the things that you guys went through are probably the very things that somewhat contributed to the breakup. Maybe you guys didn't really get the help you needed. Maybe you or the other person suggested counseling and it just never happened. We have subdue. You possibly felt like you couldn't leave this relationship. There was no way that you could get out because of all the things you guys have been through. You've been through so much, you just didn't see how you could let it go. After all the things that you guys have endured together, that you guys have progressed from together, those progressions are what ultimately kept you guys caged up together. And then we have adaptation. So one of you just reached a point where they didn't feel like going through these growing pains of the relationship anymore. They weren't able to no longer adapt to the new energy that was possibly entering the relationship. Maybe you guys had just got through some kind of challenge or trial and you're entering things, a new energy, things were possibly just getting better, and then all of a sudden the breakup happened. Your person probably subconsciously picked up on this shift of energy, and some people just aren't able to make that transition. Maybe the very act of making another transition disturbed something in their spirit. They just didn't want to. They would have rather transition into a different energies by themselves. They were no longer able to change with you. Now I'll move on to my more positive oracle cards. So this part of the reading is just telling you of things to come. We have Mrs. Officer reversed, Yo reversed, You are loved reversed, You are supported reversed. Okay, I'll put these aside for now. With these two cards, you are loved and you are supported reversed. These are telling you that they're reassuring you that you are loved, you are supported no matter what you do. No matter what connection you decide to pursue, know that you'll be protected. You will not enter another relationship that devastated you as much as your last one did. You're in a space where you probably don't feel loved and don't feel supported as you move forward in your energy. And perhaps maybe you've been kind of ignoring possible advances from people. Yo, this is someone hollering at you. Mrs. Officer, there are people that think you're attractive, but you're not really, accepting their advances right now. And that's okay. That's okay for now. But know that you gotta turn these upright at some point. Okay? You're obviously hearing this reading because you've reached a point where you do want to start talking to people, you want to start dating, you want to start making these new connections. So the people who are giving you attention right now, try to give them a chance. And even if there's not anyone giving you attention, these cards tells me that someone is coming your way. Someone wants to say something to you. But I think for them to do that, Mrs. Officer, this reminds me of someone who's, I got this card from inspiration from Lil Wayne's song, Mrs. Officer. It's a woman who's extremely attractive, very confident in herself. And perhaps this is something that you need to build within yourself. You need to build up your confidence a little bit more. You need to exude and radiate self-esteem and self-worth. People pick up on this, and it'll make them want to say something to you. So definitely do things that bring out the best in you. Pick up hobbies that you've never done before, that you've always wanted to do, because that builds confidence. When you are working on yourself and doing things that's new, you're building a skill set, you're improving yourself. Those are things that add to your overall self-esteem and self-worth. So here we have butterfly, a change for the better, wishbone, a wish is granted, angel, spiritual guidance, barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, and stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. So it's a lot of energy going on with that. First thing I'll say is that the last breakup you experienced was definitely positive. It was definitely meant to happen. It was definitely something that catapulted you, acted as a catalyst for you towards a new direction in your life. We have wishbone, so there's someone that you're possibly crushing on, and this reading should tell you that they will be approaching you soon. This is a wish that's going to be granted. So any kind of love wish that you have is going to be granted very soon. And just so you know, you are protected. So you are protected from negative, damaging connections to your energy. Whatever you experienced in your last relationship, you have developed enough spiritual strength, spiritual armor, so that though any negative energies will not come your way when it comes to love. Then we have barrel, something is lacking in your life. So this referring to these cards, you are loved, you are supported, that were reversed. You know, you feel that right now love is something that's lacking in your life. Maybe you're just craving companionship, just having another person around. That's okay. That's normal. But know that it's coming soon. This person will be approaching you soon. Someone will be approaching you soon. Someone will be presenting you with an offering, with a gesture, possibly asking you out or expressing feelings. And last but not least, we have true love, healing family issues, attraction reversed, very soon, getting to know each other. Yeah. So definitely someone is coming soon to you. This is the wish that you've been hoping for. However, I want to let you know that you need to first be able to find yourself attractive. It's really important. The person definitely does see you as attractive, but you need to develop your overall confidence so that lack does not interfere with this new connection. Perhaps this person, you already know them. You guys have been in contact. And I think right now, maybe the crush that you have, you've already expressed some kind of interest in them. Because this card very soon is reversed. So it tells me that things have been put into motion, but maybe it didn't happen all the way. So know that things will continue to be put into motion, but maybe you guys need to take some time to get to know each other. Maybe you should reach out to this person, or this person will be reaching out to you soon so that you guys can get to know each other more. But it being reversed tells me that maybe there's some work that needs to be done on your part. Then we have healing family issues. So this is telling me, the last relationship, you definitely still need to heal from that. Especially if you had kids with the person you were with, or if you were with the person for an extremely long time and you saw yourself as a unit, you just need to heal from that situation still. So always keep that on your mind as you enter this new connection. Passively observe your actions and how you interact with them, and actively work on addressing anything that possibly could have come from your last relationship, any negative habits, feelings, things like that. You don't want that seeping into your new connection. All right, group 3. So overall, the reason why you're single is because you are definitely still healing from your last relationship and working on yourself. You haven't been taking the time to accept the love offerings from other people, and you also need to maybe reach out to the person that you're interested in right now. Know that they are coming to you, but I'm getting the feeling that there's a little bit of work that needs to be done on your end. Any other final? I think that's it for your reading, group 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please subscribe to the channel if you're interested in free live readings. I go on YouTube every week randomly, so if you subscribe, you'll get a notification of when I'll be live to do these free readings. If you enjoyed the reading, have anything you want to share, please comment down below. And also don't forget to like the video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.